Today is my first full day in Japan. I'm trying FamilyMart's famous fried chicken, exploring a historic temple, shopping at the Tokyo Skytree, and even experiencing my first Japanese earthquake. This is one day I'll never forget. Last night, we arrived in Japan later than expected after missing our original flight and didn't get to our hotel until late. After less than 5 hours of sleep, I woke up with a bit of a headache. Not the best way to start the day, but we were determined to make the most of it. Our first stop was a FamilyMart right across the street from our hotel. As soon as I stepped inside, the smell of fried chicken hit me. It was impossible to ignore. I'd heard so much hype about konbini food before, and honestly, I thought it might be overrated. But one bite of the Famichiki proved me completely wrong. The crispy coating was so satisfying I almost forgot it came from a convenience store. It was juicy, bold, and way better than I expected from something sitting under a heat lamp. I also tried a salmon onigiri. I usually avoid cold prepackaged food, but this was good. The rice and salmon were perfectly balanced. Fueled up, we made our way to Sensoji Temple, one of Tokyo's most iconic landmarks. It was packed with tourists, which wasn't surprising. It's not just beautiful, but also Japan's oldest temple, something I didn't know at the time. The air was hot and sticky, and the crowds made it hard to move around. The heat was getting to me, and I wondered if I should stop and find some shade or keep going. I grabbed my umbrella to block the sun. It wasn't perfect, but it helped enough to keep me moving. We took part in a few traditions. First, we prayed at the shrine, then we got our fortunes told.
Okay, pray. I wish for bad fortune because it'd be funny. Something 10.
I tried my best to read the number on the stick, but then realized the drawers had matching numbers. I didn't need to read it after all.
Excellent good fortune.
It would have been funnier if I got a bad fortune, but I ended up with the best one in the group. I guess I can't complain. At the Purification fountain, just as I was about to wash my hands, a kid cut in front of us in line. I used my favorite Gordon Ramsay quote to handle it.
Back in line.
Somehow it worked. My only regret was not trying some of the traditional snacks here, but with a packed schedule, we took one last look around before heading to our next stop. Our next stop was the Tokyo Skytree, a huge tower that stands high above the city. It was so crowded that we decided to skip the observation deck and just explore the shops instead. With so many stores and so little time, it felt a bit overwhelming trying to decide where to go. One highlight was the Pokemon Center, where I couldn't resist buying a Pikachu Skytree plush. As I waited in line to pay, music started playing and the workers broke into a dance. It was probably meant for the kids, but I thought it was pretty neat. While exploring the shops, I found some fun souvenirs including food magnets, a piece of otoro sushi, and a menchi katsu cutlet. They're on my fridge now and I love seeing them every day. By the time we were done shopping, I'd spent way more money than I planned, but it was worth it. With our bags full of souvenirs and our wallets a little lighter, we left the Skytree behind and headed to Paichi, a small family-owned restaurant I'd learned about from Paolo from Tokyo. The staff didn't speak much English, but the menu had numbers, so we just wrote down our orders. I tried the menchi katsu with curry rice and it was great. The batter was thinner than I'm used to, but the flavor was amazing. The curry tasted just like the kind I make at home, but somehow even better here. My wife's tonkatsu was also great, but the standout for me was the hamburg steak my brother ordered. It had the perfect texture and was easily the best I've ever tasted. Before leaving, I mentioned Paolo to the owner, who bowed in appreciation. My brother even complimented the food in Japanese. Oishii kata desu. The owner smiled big and thanked us for coming. After lunch, we treated ourselves to dessert at Hokkaido Ice Cream back in Akihabara. My wife got the milk flavor, which was super refreshing, and I went for the mango, light, fruity, and perfect for the hot day. We had plans to grab yakitori later that evening, but the lack of sleep and summer heat finally caught up to me. Instead, we called it an early night and headed back to the hotel. Just as I was about to fall asleep, I heard an alarm. At first, I thought it was a fire and my heart started racing. I sat up, trying to figure out what I'd need to grab if we had to evacuate. Then the room started shaking. It was an earthquake alarm. The speakers announced the earthquake as the walls and floor moved. It felt so much stronger than the earthquakes I'm used to in California. I felt scared, but at the same time, I was so tired that I couldn't think straight. When the shaking finally stopped, I was too exhausted to care anymore. I fell back into bed and knocked out almost right away. The day might have ended with a literal shakeup, but there's so much more to come. In the next part of my Japan vlog, I step into the quirky world of a maid cafe, explore the vibrant streets of Shibuya and Shinjuku, and end the day with some unforgettable tsukemen ramen. Oh, and there's also a bit of unexpected drama back at the hotel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.